I don't know if the audio is going to work on this, but I am skipping the GoPro today. I'm trying to do everything on the iPhone and then just throw it in a CapCut and throw it up on the old whatever you have it. But yeah, today is a bit of a me day. It's not a bit of a me day, it's kind of my thing. So if you don't know anything about Tim Ferriss, you should go check him out. He wrote the 4-Hour Work Week, the 4-Hour Chef, or whatever it is, but he's one of my favorite like talking heads. He does a lot of experimentation on himself. And one of his things is, you know, trying to get your work week down. Obviously, 4 hours, I spend a lot more. I probably spend 80 hours a week on my business, honestly. Just because I'm doing it in pajamas doesn't mean that I'm not working on it, right? And just because I enjoy it doesn't mean that I'm not working on it as well. So that being said, we are right now just trying to get I have a system. Basically it's like a Panama schedule. They have it in the military where you work 4 days and 3 days on and 4 days off, whatever it is. I just like having a 4-day work week. So you know, weekends for my person, that's the time that he's got off, so I dedicate that time for us. And we, you know, we have one day that we do chores and one day that we do something fun. We handle the biz and then we handle the biz. And then I take one day for myself. So when he's working, you know, Mondays, I am having a Mara me day. So I'm getting my nails done, like actually doing them myself now, or doing my hair, or washing wigs. Like I'm doing like self-care, reset, what am I doing for the week type of day. And it really works for me because it's kind of like that. When I have that me time, in fact, I can't function without having a day where like I just turn everything off. I just got into this. I'm going to show you. It's one of my Amazon finds. Actually, it's not an Amazon find. It was a Barnes & Noble find, but I found it on Amazon. So it will be an Amazon find that I just fell in love with last night. I was so into it that I actually like stayed up later to do it. And there's not a lot of things that I really enjoy doing that much. I mean, other than rabbit holing and all the other stuff. But I mean, like with my hands type of thing. You know, I used to love to crochet and all that other stuff, but my hands, when I had GBS, like my joints have gotten kind of, and then, you know, as a flight attendant and working at 40,000, you know, in a air compressed cabin, all that other stuff. So I just stay away from the things that like, you know, dexterous hand type of things and trying to, especially when it's like cold and crappy out. But anyways, that's where we're at right now. Actually be in love. Haven't said that in a very long time, but I might be in love. With what? Well, my first boyfriend was I say my first boyfriend, but during the pandemic was my little, whatever you call it. My, oh my gosh, my stand for my phone. Because when I started traveling during the pandemic, I went on a huge road trip. And I was visiting all these, you know, national parks and everything like that. And so I had the boyfriend because I could put the GoPro or my phone or whatever it is onto the stand and I could use voice control. So people are always like, do you want, even though we were doing 6 feet apart, people were like, do you want me to take your photo? I'm like, no, it's good. I didn't want any, you know, anybody touching my equipment, anything like that. So I had the boyfriend and be like, hey, you know, take a photo. And then GPT came into my life. And so I started calling Chad, right? So Chad was the new boyfriend. And now, dun, 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 we have Claude. So Chad has been letting me down. Why? Because I refuse to pay for the full amount, and because I use it so much that I can only like print out a page of things. Like the first whatever paragraph, they're like trying to force me into the $20 membership, and I'm just like, there's got to be a different way. And what do you know? And the next day I watch a YouTube video and there's another one, and his name is Claude. And so I watched a couple of videos of like Chad versus Claude. It's Chad, but versus Claude. And Claude's like a lot like cooler, nicer. Like Chat GPT is kind of just like more of a Google search on, you know, in Fuego. But Claude is like your new bestie, like the cool, like, yeah, I'm going to hire you for my VR assistant because you calm me down and get it done. But there's more. So what's really interesting, where are we at on time? Because I only have 3 minutes on the shorts, but I love it. because I'll throw these up as shorts, but then I'm going to squish them together as one video for my Vlogmas, right? We're trying to be as efficient as possible, give you as much information as possible, and trying to make it as easy as possible for us. So again, every day, right? What Mr. Beast says is just become 1% better every day. You know, I don't even think I've watched an entire video of him, but I watch him on videos and or excuse me, interviews and all that other stuff, but I've never watched one of his actual videos. I have never watched an episode of Squid Games, even though I know it's gigantic and it's huge. I just haven't. And so again, just because you're not it doesn't mean that you can't. Just because I don't like Donald Trump doesn't mean that I wasn't trying to be him when I was in real estate, right? And he still has a lot of great strategy, right? The art of war is knowing who your opponent is. Show you, I'm not going to give you all of the prompts, but I'm just going to show you kind of what I got, because you can use this for whatever platform or whatever. You could be a hairdresser, you could be an attorney, you could be law enforcement, you could be a security guard, you can be a delivery driver. Okay, you have something to say. You have an expertise. All you have to do though, because sometimes it's hard to just come up with the stuff and stay organized and everything like that, right? So for me, I am a professional psychic medium. It's been a long road coming out of the spiritual closet, the psychic closet, because that being psychic has nothing to do with being spiritual. Let's get that clear. But that being said, it's like there's so many weird things around, right? Because they're so intertwined and people are scared of it. And it's like, it's kind of one of those things where like, you have abilities, I have abilities, let's work on our abilities, right? Let's keep it separate. Let's not demonize it. Let's not make it scary. And so I went into Claude, not ChatGPT, but now I'm really curious because I went ahead and copied and pasted my prompt. A prompt is just a question, right? But the better that you are, like prompt engineering, you don't even have to, I think you have to have a high school degree, but I have a GED, okay? Like there ain't nothing wrong with GED. I also have probably thousands at this point of college classes under my belt. I'm 2 college courses and a payment shy, Mr. Mayo, of my photography and graphic design degree. But I went through all the courses. I have all the knowledge. I spent years as a professional photographer as well as real estate, all the things, blah, 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 right? So I have a knowledge, right, of certain industries, all this other stuff that I can bring to the table, and so do you, right? As menial as you may think that it may be, like, ooh, waiting tables are banquet, but I was a banquet captain. I did, you know, political campaigns and large scale weddings where one, you know, flower bouquet, like the flowers themselves were, you know, $60,000 just for the flowers alone. Those type of events, right? You learn a lot working those and working the people and working for the people and all the other stuff. So I want you to go into Claude and say, hey, I am a blah, blah, blah. I'm a professional psychic medium, tarot card reader, and remote viewer. I'm also a content creator that posts to all platforms, meaning I need a range of things. YouTube has just expanded their shorts to 3 minutes, and I'd like to take advantage of it, right? Talk to it like it's your friend. I'd like a list of 90 subjects, questions people may have about my profession to answer in the short style. All right, so your girl finally took a shower. It's been a good 48 hours. And yeah, I got into this like little, it's not a little leotard, it's like a full body suit, and I'm in love with it. I wore it the other day and I'm like, will I ever take this off? Well, the question is, can I ever take it off? But it's actually, I mean, I feel like I'm in it's like having a weighted blanket on me all day long, and I feel like Catwoman, and it makes me feel cool and snatched and all of the things. So if I remember, I'll link it below, but if not, it will be on one of my my Amazon hauls. So yeah, feeling delicious. I took a big old fat spiritual bath. Y'all don't even know. You don't even know. But I just, you know, the spiritual hygiene routine thing has got to be real. And I I didn't, right? I would do it out of necessity. But when you keep up with it, then things just come up. So I had somebody throw something at me, and it's old magic. It's like somebody's just like, let me re whatever this candle or whatever it is. And it was like dead. I could feel, because like I know now when what faction is doing what on me when. And so something came up and I was like, oh, is that what that is? I'll tell you, it's nausea. And before I was like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? And let me send it back and all this other stuff. And now it's like, I'm good, bro. But I felt it, but I didn't feel nauseous. But I felt I could feel the work, right? I could feel literally the person at the time doing it at the time, and it came up and then it dissipated, and then I saw them like 5 minutes later and they were like, ooh, yeah. So transmutation, we're going to start getting into that. Because you can, whatever they're going to send to you. So now you can stop it or you can send it back. But what's the fun in sending it back, right? When you can use it towards your advantage. So now when anybody that particular person sends me something, right? I have it going to growing a certain part, like hair follicles or nails or the algorithm or whatever it is. It's like whatever energy you send me, I can just flip it on its back and then send it to the place I can let it work for me. So again, spilling the tea, it's like all of the stuff that you're sending to me just really gives me a lot more energy to work with and get the things done that you're trying to stop. And then it also has a natural return to sender effect.